Hello everyone, in this video we're going to draw a damselfly. Start by drawing a circle as a guide for the front part of the body called the thorax. To draw the circle, first make 4 small marks to indicate the sides of the circle, and then connect the marks using curved lines to finish the shape. Sketch lightly at first so that it's easy to erase if you make a mistake. Also, pause the video to draw at your own pace. The circle doesn't have to be perfect, but if you're having trouble drawing it, just trace the outer edge of a coin, a button, or anything else with a circular edge. On the top right side, draw a curved line to finish the guide for the thorax. This line should be similar to an arc on its side. Pay attention to the size of the arc in relation to the circle. On the left side, draw a small circle as a guide for the head. Draw this circle about 2/3 the size of the first circle. Connect the 2 circles using short lines to extend the guide for the thorax. On the right side, draw a long horizontal line as a guide for the back portion of the body called the abdomen. This line should be almost 3 times the length of the thorax. On top of the thorax, draw a long diagonal line as a guide for the forewing. This line should also be very long compared to the thorax. Below that, draw another long diagonal line as a guide for the second wing. Under the front part of the thorax, draw an angled line as a guide for the front leg. Bend the line near the middle to indicate a joint. Pay attention to the length of this line in relation to the thorax. To the right, draw a similar angled line as a guide for the middle leg. Farther to the right, draw a longer angled line as a guide for the hind leg. Pay attention to how these lines bend to indicate the joints. And that's it for the guidelines. Now let's start on the final drawing. Inside the head, off to the right, lightly sketch a small circle for the first eye. The eye should be almost as big as the head circle. The right edge of the eye should be outside of the head circle. When you get the size and position of the eye right, darken the shape. On the left side, draw a half circle for the other eye. Most of this eye will be hidden behind the head. Use the initial circle as a guide to draw the head. Make the top and bottom part of the head flatter than the initial circle. On the left side of the head, draw 2 short lines for the antennae. Below that, draw a couple of small angled shapes for the mouth parts. Sketch lightly at first and only darken the lines when you get the shape right. Use the top diagonal line as a guide to draw the forewing. Darken the guide for the top edge of the wing. Make the right side of the wing a bit pointy. Draw a curved line at the bottom to finish the shape of the forewing. It's okay if this wing overlaps the other diagonal line. The shape of the wing should be thin and pointy on the left side. Sketch lightly at first and only darken the lines when you get the shape right. Use the diagonal line at the bottom as a guide to draw the hind wing the same way. The wings are see-through, so it's okay if you overlap the shapes. Make the left side of the hind wing thin and pointy. Sketch lightly at first and only darken the lines when you get the shape right. Use the angled line that's under the thorax on the left side as a guide to draw the front leg. Draw a small triangular shape at the top for the base of the leg. Darken the guide and draw another angled line on the left side to make the shape of the leg thicker. Use the line to the right as a guide to draw the middle leg the same way. Draw the base of the leg at the top as a small triangular shape. darken the guide and make the shape of the leg thicker by adding another line. Use the angled line on the right as a guide to draw the hind leg. Just like with the other legs, first draw a small triangular base at the top. Then make the shape of the leg thicker at the bottom. Draw a couple of very short lines on the tips of the legs for claws. Use the shapes in the middle as guides to draw the thorax. Draw a curved line to the right of the head for the front segment of the thorax. Darken the outer edges of the guides to create the shape of the thorax. At the bottom, draw a couple of curved lines for the lower segments of the thorax. Draw a couple of short lines inside the shape to divide the thorax into segments. Under the front part of the thorax, draw another angled line for the other front leg. Use the other front leg as a template as you draw this leg. Draw another angled line between the first two legs for the middle leg that's on the other side. Make this middle leg shorter than the first middle leg. Farther to the right, draw the hind leg that's on the other side using another angled line. Bend the lines to indicate the joints. The legs that are on the other side of the thorax should be shorter than the legs that are on this side. Use the long horizontal line to the right as a guide to draw the abdomen. First, darken the line. Make the right tip of the abdomen curved. Below that, draw another long horizontal line to make the shape thicker. The right side of the abdomen should be slightly wider than the left side. Draw a series of short lines inside the shape to divide the abdomen into segments. Now go over the final lines with permanent ink. The next few steps are sped up so that the video isn't too long. Take your time and be careful when you ink your drawing to avoid any accidents. Don't ink the initial guidelines, only the final drawing. When the ink dries, erase all of the guidelines. Draw the forewing and hindwing that are on the other side of the body too. Use the first wings as templates to draw the second set of wings. Inside the wings, draw long diagonal lines for the veins. Add shorter vertical lines between the horizontal lines for more veins. The wings are see-through, so it's okay if you overlap the shapes. Now color your drawing. There are different types of damselflies, so you can color yours however you'd like. For this look, draw a few stripes throughout the body using black. Color lightly at first and gradually build up to darker colors. Color the rest of the body using blue. Use dark blue to add some shadows along the underside of the body. Color the top part of the body using light blue for highlights. Slowly blend all the blue colors together. For an easier drawing, just use one shade of blue throughout the body. Use dark blue to color the legs and gray to color the wings. Use a bit of black to color a few small segments on the wings. Add a shadow at the bottom using gray and blue. Coloring can be time-consuming, so be patient and take breaks. Keep coloring until you're happy with the result. And that's it for the damselfly. Don't forget to pause the video to draw at your own pace. Also, please visit howtodrawanimals.com where every step of this tutorial is broken down into an individual image. That's how, and then the number 2, then drawanimals.com. If you'd like to support my channel, please consider buying my books on Amazon. I'll leave a link in the description below. And if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, a comment, and subscribe for more videos in the future. Thank you for watching, and until next time, keep drawing.